Hey everyone, here today with the Team Area Combos here today with myself, Flying High Zerms right here. We have a couple special guests today, but let me introduce everyone that's with us today. We have myself, obviously. We have the Jaco Man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Bars Hat.
How you guys doing?
Bees Blue 15.
Hello.
And our special guest, Sack Tap and Cloud805.
Dual Kevin.
Dual Kevin, you mean?
Dual Kevin.
Dual Kevin.
What's up,
Oh
people?
my God!
I'm Sack Tap for today.
It says I.
Well, so that says not able to make it today, so.
Says, you know what? I freaking said. I said sack tap because I had the M as a sack tap in the thing.
Should we redo it then?
No, it's fine.
You just started it, though.
It's fine right there. This is a live discussion. So let me first fix this right here. Because it's me being an idiot. That's what. So it's my fault.
It's all good.
Okay, so we have here today Cloud805 and Dual Kevin here today.
Some man.
Yes. Okay. As you know, right there, we have special guests here, Dual Kevin and Cloud805 right here, and basically both of them are very well-known Marvel vs Capcom Infinite players. Also, they came from Marvel vs Capcom 3 right there that happened today. Dual Kevin used to play the team Deadpool, Dante, Hawkeye, while Cloud805 played Zero May Cry, aka Zero Virgil Dante, in that order. And basically, recently, Cloud805 won the Battle of the Stones tournament that happened this past weekend right here, at that the PlayStation Experience, which was also the same venue for Capcom Cup. So let's get into this right here. We're gonna actually ask you guys some questions real quick that we have wrote down before this, and we're gonna go through it right here.
But before that, we're gonna go through the introduction question.
Yeah, we're gonna go for the introduction questions right there. Obviously, you can if you want to introduce yourselves real quick. Cloud805 or Dual Kevin.
You can go ahead, Kevin.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to start? We can start all the way at the beginning. I mean, you want me to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you can
I like
that.
Stoic.
Coming into fighting games, I was like 8 years old. You know, button masher as like anybody else was.
Yeah. Same.
This on the PS2, the CBS2 and Marvel 2 days.
Yep.
And I was just like I said, I was just button masher. I didn't know anything. I had no idea what the FGC was and everything. So as I grew older, I was just into shooters, whatever. Played Gears of War. That was my favorite shooter. But then I remember seeing they announced Marvel 3, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get this game because I remember Marvel 2 and everything. So I didn't get like a release, but I remember getting it like a few months afterwards, and I found Level Up Live and watched a whole bunch of Wednesday night fights, weeklies. And that's where I started like getting to tournament scene and everything. I started with like a garbage team, Spider-Man, Taskmaster, Deadpool. I was like, wow, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's like I was like what, 15 years old. I was thinking to myself like, dang, I can come up with these cool combos. I'm trying to get into, let me get into one of these weeklies or monthlies, whatever they call it. And show off my Spider-Man combos and everything, but like, nah, that was not happening. Like, not with that team, not the age. I wasn't traveling anywhere until I was like 17, 19.
Yeah.
But it all came together. Ultimate came. I wanted to play Deadpool on point, make a team for him. That's how the team came to be. And they even like going into Infinite, Dante Hawkeye's still in the game, so you know damn well I'm playing them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all came from me.
Okay. So
And then
you can go.
go on. I was just saying. Then for me, I just grew up with fighting games ever since I was like 5 years old. So by the time I was like 10, I had a basic concept about just fighting games in general. And then when I turned like 12, 13, I didn't know about the scene or anything till years later, but like I thought I was the sickest person doing at the time I didn't know what were mix ups, high lows, cross ups. At the time I didn't know. I was just playing games.
Yeah.
So Marvel 2 back in 2000, I was like 7. You know, TVC, going into TVC. I was godlike in TVC, by the way. In that game.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that I would have won Evo that year if I had went.
What if you fought GC Yoshi in bracket? Oh wait,
Damn.
he was banned. He was banned.
Yeah, BTX. Yeah, that character got banned because of him. So yeah, so Marvel 2. You know, I didn't learn about the FGC until I was like 16, 17, and that's when I went to my first Wednesday night fights, and I got 4th place, and then I never showed up till Evo.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Did you expect to get like 2nd or 3rd at all? Your first Evo?
Oh no, I didn't expect to get the place where I did. I thought I was gonna get far, but I didn't think I was gonna get 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, showed up, Mr. F Champ himself. That was
that mix up you did on F Champ right there.
Oh, the teleport.
The teleport.
Oh yeah, Dad.
Yeah, that
everybody
right
went crazy.
Yeah, that was an amazing mix up. But at the same time, like F Champ blocked it right there, even though that that he freaking just was holding forward because he didn't know what's with the block.
Yeah.
Nah, I bet his heart was racing. he knew what was gonna happen. He was like, "Damn, this guy! Like, I'm not gonna be able to beat him."
Yeah. So, okay. So let's go with the introduction questions right there. Do you want to start first, B Blue?
Yeah. The introduction question, and I mean, I think Dual Kevin kind of went into his answer that I was gonna ask him in the first place. But we'll go over it anyways because these questions are more so Marvel specific because both of you guys have different kinds of styles that would pretty much separate you guys apart from each other and apart from other players in the FGC. So my question was, knowing, I mean, we already had 2 Marvel games that you guys have been playing at the top level. Growing up, what game would you say helped you develop the type of skills that you have today in Marvel, or what game helped you to develop the specific skills that you have toward your team? Because I know that you guys probably had developed in your respective scenes, but I'm sure that before that you had like an identity and you kind of brought that with you to your scene, and that made you different. But what game specifically helped you to outline who you are as a player now? And any one of you guys can answer it first. I guess we'll go with Cloud since Dual Kevin came, and introduced himself first.
All right, it's funny because in Marvel 2 I was actually a patient player. It wasn't until Marvel 3 where I became more rushed down. Yeah, I had to. With my team, I had to be patient.
What team do you have in Marvel?
Damn, yo, I just want to say before I state my team, I was beating MSP, Santhrax.
How?
Alright? Let me just say, I was doing that good in Marvel 2.
You are like, it's good that you're at the top of the top. Those guys, if they have heard this, they're gonna be like,
I played, and get ready for it, I played Ken Akuma Hayato.
What the? Okay, I'll give you respect for Hayato.
Hayato was obviously supposed to be garbage too in that game.
Yeah, but I could still beat those teams. Like the top dudes on like the Xbox Live leaderboards and shit. I was able to hang with them.
Holy shit, man!
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to see Patient Cloud again, yo.
Yeah, so that was, I had to wait my turn back in that game.
Yeah.
And then it was I went into Marvel 3, and that's when I became more aggressive. At first, I was more patient, but just over time.
But it also seems like you have like a more of a freestyle feel, especially at Marvel 3 and the type of combos that crazy, unbelievable combo you did on stream. Where F Champ was like, do it again. Like, yeah. I guess what helped you develop that specifically?
The creativity, I would probably say that I didn't get real creative until Tatsunoko vs Capcom.
Okay,
that's when I got more creative with my combos and stuff. That's when I would actually
play in TVC that got you to that level of creativity.
I played Ryu and Zero. And that team's creative. I'll have you know if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, really good team.
Ryu and TVC is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
all the combos,
especially with the Baroque system.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, all right. The same question for Dual Kevin. I guess what helped you to develop into the type of player that you are today? What game specifically
what characters, know that sort of bit. What helped you to develop the player you are?
I'm really trying to think back on it, cause like, okay, I have a patient play style, right? I'm always like looking for something so I can like punish it myself. So I mean, like I said, I was just a button match before Marvel 3. So I mean, Marvel 3 just had to make me that kind of player, right? I guess I could say like Taskmaster specifically helped me at that. It's like
field skills.
Yeah. He got like all the tools, but he's not like great at any of it. So you kind of have to wait in a sense. Besides shield skills, that's But it's like like the counters and everything. Like he had decent ground normals, right?
Yeah, very good ground numbers, but no overhead right there. He has awesome select for days of throws right there, but he he does okay damage, but he is a footsie based character. He's obviously something that like plays keep away right there. Something keep away, then you go in right there. That's how how your play style is, right?
Right. Yeah. Then I had to look for certain things to punish. Like if I see you do something, I will like throw something out, and I react to how you react to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it became with like Deadpool. I throw a grenade. I see how you react to that, and I'll react to your reaction.
Okay.
So that's how it came
It's interesting that you're coming from a Marvel 3 perspective, knowing that like the game, it is kind of old, but it is still like in comparison to what is it, Capcom versus what was the game they
SNK?
Yeah. In comparison to that game and even Marvel 2, it's kind of a younger game. So it's like, to have the younger generation and then to have you as a more calculated player, that's very, very interesting, I must say. And it's interesting how you guys have different kinds of styles, because or at least doing my own research of the player and Dante, and all the rest of the characters that I had picked, you guys were kind of at the top of my list. And Dual Kevin kind of came out of nowhere, and then he just started to just like, being top 8s, like the last couple of not the last couple of tournaments, but I think it might have been in the last 2 or 3 years where he really started to kind of emerge. So
like in 2015.
I'm glad we got Dante plays here for sure. But my last question. As the Marvel scene is viewed as a highly competitive scene, and we have probably the best players ever. Like as far as our particular scene and our particular game, and we look at all the players that we have there, I would say that we have the best talent. Why did you choose Marvel? Why did you get into Marvel as opposed to getting into like Injustice or getting into like any other fighting
like
game
Mortal
that you could have chose?
Kombat, like Tekken,
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
So the last time Cloud answered first, so this time we'll hear Dual Kevin. So what made you choose?
It's definitely the creativity. It's definitely the creativity. It's like we're talking about right now. Two Dante players, completely different play styles, right? In Marvel 3, even in this game, it has to be the creativity. Cloud gets to do all the stuff that he enjoys himself, and as do I. Two completely kind of play styles, and we get to both have fun in our own way and still be able to compete at a high level because of it. And I mean, I'm sure you could do that in other games, but I don't know, just the way you express yourself in this game,
I guess you'd say you have more variety because it's a team-based fighter and you have more variables to consider than just one single character.
Yeah, because like I did play like a little bit MK9, like I played Scorpion a bit, and I forget the players who I looked up to then. It was a while ago, but I would just like kind of like mimic their play style, and I don't know. It wasn't not the same. It wasn't the same.
They got Bowie then? Huh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cloud. Same question. What made you choose Marvel over any other game that is out?
It's so flashy, man. It's so freeform. If you think something, you can make it happen. You can't do that with any other game. Well, unless it's like similar to Marvel, like games like Skullgirls. Yeah, if you think it, you can do it. Yeah. But games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat was clunky to me. Movement was huge for me.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what just drawed me towards Marvel.
Tekken 7?
Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of get that. Yeah.
It probably goes into why we actually have better or like or I've heard from other scenes, like, they can't compete with certain players because they're not as developed as our players are, or what we have over here. Makes me proud to have chosen Marvel. Because even when I started, I started back in the arcade days. I'm 34, so when I was young, I remember playing, games like Marvel superheroes, the X-Men game, arcades. So just seeing where Marvel has come now, where we're able to play on a console online, it makes me proud to be a part of this scene. But that's all. Go ahead, Zerm. You can go ahead and lead to the other question.
Okay. There is gonna be these questions are gonna be for both of you right there. You can go whichever, like whoever wants to go first. Here we go. As the Marvel scene is viewed highly competitive and rated highly. Oh no, he already mentioned those. Never mind. Okay, what do you think about the online qualifier winner Stealth?
Stealth?
I'll take this one. I play the mirror team. I'll start anyway. So yeah, we all know pre-patch Zero Dante's busted.
Yeah.
Obviously, DP reversal. In bull frames. In my opinion, I feel that Stealth was one of the Zero May Cry teams that abused that more. So coming into the post-patch, I think he's gonna have a bigger problem than a lot of people that didn't play that team to adjust, because he can't just bust out of jail for free anymore. He's actually got a block, and Stealth ain't got the best blocks.
Yeah.
Say that right now.
Damn.
Yeah,
and he's got to learn to be patient now. He can't just go in and jet stream anymore. So there's two big things that Stealth's gonna have to work on: being patient and blocking. And that's a hard habit to break.
Is he gonna still play Dante?
Blocking and
blocking
He's still playing the same team.
He's still gonna play Dante?
This game is very hard to do, just because if you
blocking just reminds me of like Sonic Fox's team. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, next. In this current version of the Marvel Pats, which characters do you believe are the best or most powerful, or have the best tools at the moment to actually fight the rest of the cast?
Rocket Raccoon for sure.
Zero rules of nature, bro.
That's going to be interesting. I actually got there's a question that's supposed to be coming up that's supposed to be covering that, or kind of specifically, but I'll give you guys a clue into why that question is there when it comes up. But go ahead.
All right.
I'd say Rocket, Firebrand.
Really? Still?
Yeah. Even if you get hit, the tornado's still gone. Like, it's still good. It's still good. That thing lasts for a long time. Like, I'd be playing neutral around it, and then I think it's gone by the time I'm about to get close, and it's still there, and I get hit. It's like, come on.
Damn. Okay, here's another question on top of that. Any characters would you think are gonna be good right there? Besides like characters that have potential.
That have potential?
Yes, potential.
Potential or underplayed?
Potential, underplayed. It could be both right there. Characters that are obviously not good. I'm not talking about characters that are obviously not good. Characters that you believe are good, but have not seen as much play.
Well, definitely Captain Marvel, because there's obviously going to be a shift in character selection now that Zero and Dante got nerfed. Zero's still good. Dante got nerfed. Now you have to actually know what you're doing. So since there's gonna be a shift in character selection, I think Captain Marvel, obviously, she has an armored power-up that tanks projectiles and lights. Why wouldn't you like that?
Okay.
For one.
I want to say two characters. Okay. First character, first character, I gotta give my boy props. I'm gonna say Hawkeye, because I actually think, I thought he was, I was part of the crowd. I thought it was, terrible, bottom 5 at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you figured out Exploding Arrow.
Yeah. For real, that thing is actually way too good. And I also did want to say, in terms of DLC, I want to say Venom's actually might be really good.
Venom.
Venom is really good. What are you thinking about the Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
For me to play him, or just as a character overall?
A character overall.
Both. Yeah, I mean, if people just be telling me to play him because Deadpool, he got guns. So you got guns, you're basically Deadpool. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling him myself. He looks like it'd be good. The grenade is like what Deadpool had in 3. With the grenade, it's still good here. It hard knocks down. I can basically treat it the same way as I do Exploding Arrow with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to watch out for the push block.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the opposite of the question right there. In the current version, who do you think needs help to be viable in tournament? Basically, the overall weakest characters. Obviously, we probably know that Black Panther is the weakest right there. Chris obviously is picking Hulk in the thing, so he thinks that Hulk is not that good. So what do you think?
Is Frank?
Frank isn't that bad.
See,
Well, I
that's
mean,
the thing.
Frank
It's
is
like
all right.
because
you got to play a Frank that knows what they're doing. Play Kless, and then you're gonna be like, okay, I'm getting bodied over here. Invincible shopping cart, bro. If anybody with an invincible move is not bad.
Oh, that's invincible? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, shopping cart
I
is
didn't know that
invincible.
too.
Dang, I did not know that right there too. And also, if you level up Frank right there, he basically makes it so that you have to choose what you have to be very careful when to go in, or you're just gonna get hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously we're just talking about normal Frank right now. But so any other characters you think need help at all?
I'm looking at the character selection right now.
Damn, you cheating. I'm not. I gotta think off the top of my head.
Is Black Panther really bad?
Okay.
Who?
I don't want Black Panther. I don't want to think he's bad, but
He needs more specials and damage.
Who?
is that what it is?
Black
Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah, he probably needs something that actually allows him to actually get in, like what we're taking, with a decent amount of risk. Man, it's not super risky for him to get in, like a medium amount of risk. Because obviously, freaking Reality Stone just blows him the hell up right there. He can't do anything against Reality Stone.
Yeah, he cannot.
Give his Kling light armor.
That could
Yeah,
be
they
great.
should.
Okay. So what about X? Mega Man X. Do you think he needs to be changed at all?
Same thing with him. He just needs a little bit more damage. He's got the movement, the projectiles, but I just think his damage is bad.
I like his zoning game. A lot of them do hard knockdowns too.
Okay.
And that Buster in the power up mode, I think Pierces do a lot of things.
Okay. Let's go to the next question right here. Okay, your favorite moment in your Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom career or fighting game career that happened to you? It can be something that happened at Evo. It could be something that's happened at online right there. Or what do you think what is your favorite moment in your career?
Want me to go? I'll go.
Yeah, go.
You said favorite moment? Beating Cloud at KIT. I'm just playing.
Got him.
What was I gonna say? So it has to be my favorite match of all time, which was me versus Champ in that first to 15 for 1,000. Yeah. So I was in the hotel room because Champ's my favorite player of all time, and playing a long set against him was probably the greatest Marvel ever for me. Yeah. The greatest Marvel set I've ever played. And even though I lost 1,000. I feel that was I know, right? But even though I lost that amount, I still feel it was a huge come up for me, and being able to play my favorite fighting game player was just a huge honor.
So playing against your freaking idol right there in this game, it definitely is a very good thing because no one ever can no one can ever really play him unless they play him online right there, and they sometimes don't know that until later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it makes sense right there.
Oh man.
So what is your favorite moment, Cloud?
I think
carrying Tasty Steve around the stage.
I knew it.
Wow.
That Tasty Cloud video,
no,
dude.
no,
you guys
no.
haven't seen it?
No.
Go watch.
I've seen it.
I saw it too, man.
No. His favorite moment ever is with the Doomfist Gauntlet. I mean the Infinity Gauntlet going up to the chairman of the FCT and just punching him right in the face.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
you can actually wear that thing. You have to take off the bottom plate, but you got to be careful with the wiring on the inside.
How heavy is it?
It's like 10 pounds, maybe.
God damn.
Wow.
So damn. That's it. So what is your favorite moment?
Winning the gauntlet, man. My first
Yeah.
big W under my
That's
belt.
Gauntlet right there.
Like I've won regionals, but I've never won anything, as big as this. And then this was the biggest, tournament, including Marvel 3, that a Marvel game has seen.
Yeah, definitely right there, right? Big thing right there. The only time it got bigger is when probably one of the old evil finals right there happened. Most likely, I think it was 2013. No, it might have been 2013. That was probably the biggest upset, probably, right?
Oh, me beating champ?
No. I think it was either 2012 or 2015. It was the freaking upset. It was, I think, either the upset against FChat versus Chris G right there because of the infamous Chris G hard tag that basically made him lose the match.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was fun as well, man. I remember that.
It was basically, or it was obviously you beating, you doing that right there and having that entire set right there, and also the Flocker grand final set against Justin Wong right there. That starts and Justin Wong's Wong with Sassy freaking amazing right there. It says, but it says obviously any of these things that they could have been could be the highest point right there. We have to have a look at the details for it, Darcy. Now for sure. Okay. Obviously, we already got your question answer for this, still, Kevin. But what is your favorite fighting game player of all time for Cloud805?
I don't have a favorite fighting game player.
Really?
Of all time.
Really?
I got players that I like to watch, but I wouldn't be like, they're my idol, I looked up to them or whatever. Like
you whack.
I mean, I like
that.
watching Clock play, Marlon Pie play, just because of their style. But there's no player where I'm like, they're godlike. I want to play them.
Oh, so it's you. Okay, I got you.
Right, okay, man. I'm kind of shocked about that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, like I said, I came into the scene. I didn't know anybody. I didn't fawn over anybody. I was just like, I'm gonna come in, and everybody else sucks. That's my mentality when I go in is the other person sucks, and I stole this from my friend Forrest because he'd always be like, "Don't forget, the other person sucks." And I'm like, "You right.
You're right.
He's right then.
Yeah.
Because I think of it if you go in this player's so good, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're already handicapping yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're gonna go with the Cloud805 questions right there. This is going to be mainly talking about the Battle of the Stones right here. Let's go right into it. First, your trophy, the Infinity Gauntlet. It's pretty freaking awesome. Could you describe anything that is pretty interesting about the Infinity Gauntlet at all besides what is already known? We know that you can wear it right there. If you take out the bottom right there, anything else that you want to describe about it?
Yeah, you could take off the stones and rearrange them in any order you want, except the time stone. Except
Yeah,
the time
why
stone.
we get that for the limited edition?
Yeah, right. and
that's
it also came with a second set of stones.
Wait, what?
Well,
Are they different colors or?
They're the same. They're the same colors and everything. Time stone's still the big one because they're going by the comic book.
Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
So yeah, you can remove the smaller stones, and rearrange them in any order you want. And then it comes as a second set. And people did not know you could wear it until I took off the bottom plate and put it on.
Are you talking about when you try to get it
Yeah,
signed?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have a picture where it looks like I'm holding a beer.
Damn.
Oh man.
Damn.
And I did not plan to do that weird meme thing with my other hand. It kind of just happened.
Okay.
Damn. This is damn. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting to know. Okay. Okay, how did how did Affinity Stones in the Battle of the Stones tournament right there affect the overall feel of the tournament right there? Do you think they were actually an interesting factor to actually spice up the tournament at all, or do you think they actually hurt the tournament a bit?
Oh, it was interesting. All right.
And yeah, in terms of fitting the theme, I guess it was cool, but at a competitive standpoint, knowing that
It was
it could
busted.
be 2-2,
Yeah.
and then you get hit by, or in my case, I drop my Power Stone combo, then get hit by a Mind
But
Stoned, and I'm down
saw
2-0, because Chris got a free game, wherein it could have been 1-1, it made it more stressful than what it should have been.
I'm sorry, but can we talk about for a second? Cloud, come on, bro. You dropped
Yeah,
the
I used
combo.
it on run. Yeah, I dropped the combo. Okay, look, this is what was gonna happen. That reset no longer works, so I can tell you what it is. You get 4 loops of shotgun, air dash, heavy, and you immediately go low.
You go
and it
low, right?
resets. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that's what it was. But you got that dash, and you put the heavy too early.
Yeah.
You just got that.
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. So,
Oh man,
yeah, so
that was like everyone's worst fear.
yeah, so
Yeah.
for what it sounds like, if they actually would have did something better with the stones right there, it probably would have made the tournament more interesting. But how they did these stones right there, it hurt the experience for the competitors, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you go in, especially because of the rules that they kept changing constantly over and over. Of the
What
guidelines
the-
of how to use your stones, it made
I
it even
heard
more
that, yeah.
complicated.
Damn.
I'm gonna be honest. It really did sound like as like the tournaments went on to get the stones, it's like they looked at the Twitter feed and see the ideas of what the stones would do. You know what I'm saying? It's like that reality stone was like
Yeah.
like everyone was talking about what the reality stone would do, and then like 2 weeks later they actually reveal what the reality stone does, and that's what everyone was talking about in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely good right there. But they actually could have they should have actually probably made the stones a one-time use only stone.
Wait. Oh yeah. I was like,
That
did
was
you get?
that was the rule set before. It's only one stone used for the whole tournament for everybody. But then they changed it to if you beat somebody, you take their stone, and now it's yours.
Yeah, didn't you get all the stones?
He got like 4.
Yeah,
See, that's what I thought. Before it was you take the other player's stones, but I guess they changed it, and they're like, no, you only take one stone if they have multiple.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how Chris got Time Stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
which is weird right there. They actually obviously did not plan the tournament correctly right there. They sort of used probably one stone each right there and made it so that it was actually a total mind game right there because if the stones were only one per use right there, the best player with the stone that could have changed everything was Kazunoko because he could negate a stone. That would have been a whole mind game type thing that they could have done with it, but they decided just to say we're going to let them use multiple stones per each a stone each set that they played with, which made it more interesting right there. So that's probably the main issue with the stones right there. Says, don't you agree?
Yeah, because things just got more
basically.
complicated as the tournament went on, and then you get to accumulate all of them.
Champ losing to Richard 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, I know that right there. If Grissom only had one chance to use it, that would have been a good choice. But he was able to use it in the next set, which made no freaking sense right there. Because that right there is a very powerful thing to do right there. Each of those stones are very powerful to actually do, but yeah, obviously you can just use them whenever right there for each set, and there's no downside to it right there. It says it would have made a lot of sense right there just to just have only one time use. I don't know what Capcom was thinking right there. Okay, but let's go on to the next question right here. Okay, was there a plan that you had in mind against certain characters or players in the tournament at all? If so, can you describe what it was?
The only plan I had was
The other player sucks.
besides that was to use my stone 4th round to bank on the 3-0.
Oh.
So before you would have to say, I'm gonna use my stone this round, and they would, you know, whoever you told would be like, okay, we'll let them know. So I would say the 4th round, so I would bank on the 3-0 and not use it. But if they end up winning a game, if they end up winning a game, then you know the 4th game comes in, and then I'm cheating. I activated cheat codes.
I like that. I like that, Cloud.
like against Richard, for example, I told him I want to use it 4th round because he used his stone, so he couldn't use his. And I was playing him in the back, and I beat him 26-10, so I was confident in the 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Damn. So, okay. Then next, let's go to how do you feel about your characters Dante getting nerfed when in the new patch? Obviously, Jill already had like DP changes like that, a couple other changes here and there, but Dante got a complete probably rework and like nerf, like not rework, like the complete nerf bat like hit onto the face. But obviously, you're probably gonna still main both of those characters. What do you think about each of those characters right now?
I still think Zero's top 2, in my opinion.
You think so? Huh.
Yeah.
Dang,
He still got it all. He could zone you out. He could rush you down.
That is good.
He could beat every storm in the game and act. Well, he goes even with reality if you get an element out. But he can beat every storm in the game by himself. That in itself is powerful. If you get boxed, it doesn't matter. If they activate his soul, it's not big of a deal, So that's why I think he's top 3. Same thing with Rocket Raccoon. He throws a trap down, and then he's good. Dante, I still think Dante's top 10. He still has more options than any other character in the cast. He has that ice restand, which will always work no matter what. You can cross up people's inputs if you have a teleport. You can do the high-low. He can cross you up by himself. He still has just so many options that will keep him afloat with the other top tiers.
He's definitely normalized now. He was too much. It was too much pre-patch. He was too much.
Yeah.
Now he's good.
When you can just do one move to cover the distance in the screen, that's a moving hitbox that goes into a non-push blockable move with the big hitbox. That's busted.
That can go into a combo.
Yeah, that can go into a combo.
Yep, that can go in a combo, or you can make it so that you have to block about 3 other moves still before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
that's my opinion.
I like Dante. I like Dante in the new patch.
If
anyone's
got to chime anything in, feel free, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like him more in this patch version than before. People salty. Some people salty because you can't rock a raccoon anymore. I'm okay with that. I thought we didn't deserve that. I'm fine with it.
See, if there was one thing I wish they would have kept is, still have shotgun travel, but leave the hitbox the same going down.
yeah.
That was a weird change, honestly. They just should have left it the same.
The only weird change to me is the health. I thought that was kind of like suspect.
That was the final screw you.
Yeah, what?
I mean, it kind of makes sense because of the amount of tools he has, blah blah blah, and stuff like that.
But he was a mid-health character in
Yeah. So they're just running out of options at this point. They're like, "Fuck, what do we do?"
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just leave this here for the chat. Chat. If you want to ask Cloud805 a question, just put it put something in the chat window right now, and I will do a couple from them. First, I'm going to ask this final question here, and if you have any questions in the chat right there, I will ask them too. Okay.
We got one question.
No. There's one more question right there that I have
okay. All right.
Here. We can also ask any questions we have on top of our head for Cloud, but afterwards, right there, we have nothing else. We will go to the next topic. Okay, what do you think about your match between Sonic Fox in the grand finals of the Red Bull Battlegrounds for the Marvel Vs Capcom tournaments?
I definitely got bodied that first set. Like how I beat him in winners, he did that shit to me, but worse in grand finals side. So he adjusted really well, really fast. So. My opinion, that first set doesn't count. We only go to the second one because that one was the hype one.
Yeah.
That was the one where we were both just counter adapting to each other and obviously trying to play off the nerves because But he had I made him panic in the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why you just see him throwing out Pinwheel because he's trying to do Jetta Super.
But you had like so again when you're just bullying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
At that point, yeah, it was probably a rap phone.
It was, yeah.
He was like, "Damn, I really need a super right now."
Yeah.
Something that wasn't there.
So in my opinion, I think that was one of the better sets this game has seen.
Says,
Huh.
yeah, I think that set right there, the set between which a new one and F Champ right there at SoCal right there was probably an amazing set.
Mm-hmm.
And says, I think there was actually probably a pretty awesome set right there. I believe, it was the set that basically was like a little overwhelming, but also hype at the same time was the Enui versus Flocker set right there, which Enui like should have had the game like 3 times, but he dropped.
Oh, he's the level,
He
yeah.
dropped each of those combos right there, and Flocker was able to win the set because of it. It was heartbreaking, but it also made like a little bit of a hype moment right there. That's because you know how hard it is. Okay.
Oh man, the hypest moment at Battle of the Stones was Champ versus the bike.
Oh, I saw that clip.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I have to
happened
go
there?
back and watch it.
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen that guy?
Moises versus Champ.
yeah.
Oh my God, go watch that shit
I
right
remember,
now.
and I remember like I vaguely remember it because I
I
was
know,
watching.
I know he
intently,
lost
but-
to him, but I didn't actually see the set.
Dude, watch
The
it.
black
Ghost
man.
Rider?
Oh god.
The bike. Okay. That's the thing. Because they had questions here and then they edited out. Are we allowed to ask like questions now, Zerms?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to ask some questions right now, that's fine right now. They can-
Yeah. All right. And I'm asking this purposefully, knowing how much of an impact Sonic Fox had, all the way over in New York and level up, and how many winning against people and then going to tournaments and winning games. I would think that he's still much of a threat, especially now that they have this new patch and we're not able to. Now, let me not say we're not able to, because that's kind of biased. But we're not able. We're not. Dante players are not able to hit Rocket Raccoon players with the overhead, and he had mentioned it. And during one of the interviews, that he's going to be able, or he would have a much better time without zoning a Dante player. Is there anything that you already have in plan for countering Rocket Raccoon and knowing that Dante isn't really the type of character to kind of have raps on that little damn character?
Oh no, you could still go in on him.
Okay, elaborate.
Yeah. You could. Well, first of all, you still have an overhead, a cross-up overhead. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
you
the
haven't
box
noticed
dash.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, the box dash forward light punch for one.
Yeah.
And then not only that, you can hit him with the low real far. He can't throw a trap out in your face because you can just negate it with his moves. You would have to tag, but then at that point, if you block it, then now the neutral's on your side because you have a tag left.
Yeah. Dante's stand like he can actually like negate Rocket Raccoon's trap. Like so you see like him like pull put a trap, he's gonna pull you in with a space surge. So what I would be doing is like as soon as I see him put a trap down, I would just do mash stand light kick because it aims at the floor and you just cancel out those traps.
Yeah, you can also reverb shock into a jam session.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
reverb shock. He pulls you in, you hit him, jam session, tag, or you could just confirm regularly with the sand light. So Dante still definitely has options against Rocket Raccoon. You just have to be a little bit careful, more careful about it.
Yeah. Is there any particular player that y'all playing at perspective scenes that will help you out to improve your play against the characters that are going to emerge or not post patch?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
No, I said, do y'all have any characters in your perspective scenes that's going to help you guys to get better post patch? Now that these things are set in place and certain characters will be emerging.
Oh, he's just asking.
Okay. Matchup experience, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, is there anybody in your perspective scenes that's going to help you on that? Anybody that you're playing more sets with now than you did previous?
Like any local players you've been playing.
Yeah, I got my buddy Forrest who showed me the ways of the Monster Hunter matchup because he picked her up day one. So obviously Chris was just steamrolling people with Monster Hunter because they didn't know the matchup, for example.
Yeah.
But I knew the matchup, and I knew what to watch out for. But he also plays characters. Basically, he plays like any character he finds fun. He'll play Winter Soldier. He plays Chris Redfield, Ultron, but there's plenty of Ultrons out there.
Yeah, for me, I just got all my Midwest homies still. I got Static Alpha play Strider. Understand Strider.
Yeah. I got Clockwork over here. The Soul Cowboys.
I got Airborne. I got Macho Mexican with Dormammu, Dante.
Okay, here's a question,
Bunch
guys.
of people.
What character do you believe you have the least experience of fighting against?
The least experience.
You're fighting against right there. I mean, like a character that you've never seen right there, like Heisenko in Marvel.
Well, I had Ella and D over here, so I played Shenko.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Like, this is what other character? Like, oh yeah, like Ryu. You would never see Ryu in that.
No, my buddy Forrest plays them, so I've played Ryu plenty of times.
Okay. Damn.
I don't know if I fought a Chun yet.
Yo, you gotta fight a Chun, bro.
Ryan
I'm letting you know right now. Go fight a Chun.
Yeah, go
Ryan LV. Like I actually.
I'll have you know right now, Kevin.
That guy.
Kevin, you cannot fight her with Dante. You have to stay in the air and Ren, because she will just. It's like Marvel 3, dude. She'll just be in your face all the time.
Yeah. I fought Chun Marlon Pie, but that was before the game came out. So like that's like different.
But yeah, Chun.
Besides that.
Mega Man, don't really see him too much.
Yeah.
This guy Mike plays Mega Man, and then I've played maybe one Doctor Strange.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
What was it? The guy from Georgia scene, the Gwyneth Brawl. What's his? I know he plays Doctor Strange. Now he doesn't play like the Zero Dante.
I know not enough damage plays.
Not enough damage. Yep.
Oh, him? Okay, yeah. Not enough damage plays Strange. He's at the House of Crack right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think I've only played one Ghost Rider. That's actually surprising me.
Oh yeah, there you go. Ghost Rider, yeah. Ghost Rider actually they're like with Mons playing him at like Capcom Cup and actually like beating F-Champ 3-0 with him. That's actually a very big deal right there. It's also surprising.
It is.
Yeah, surprised and also Ghost Rider did not really get touched with the patch at all. So yeah, and so so that means that's so Ghost Rider is like Ghost Rider is definitely a pretty freaking hard character to actually probably fight against unless
because his keep away his like moves are like very ranged, you know. So
yeah.
Give me a second. I gotta go open my door real quick.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then if no one else does anyone else have questions for Cloud805, then if not, we can probably start with the battle of the sword section right here.
Damn. I see. I have questions, but I just can't remember it because of the topics that we had covered.
There's like what I see 1, 2, 3, 4 questions in the chat.
Oh fuck! The chat did not. I did not see anything in the chat at all. The chat had nothing. Can you
no question?
Okay, the first question I see is who is the best UMVC3 Dante? I don't know why someone
that's controversial.
Hold on. Let's wait till the cloud gets back.
Can you copy and paste the questions real quick because I did not see the questions at all on my Twitch.
That's controversial.
Yeah, so let's
copy and paste the questions in the Twitch chat, please.
And okay, I'll just post them right here if it's fine in the main chat.
In the main chat.
Thank you.
That helps right there. That helps.
The best Ultimate Marvel vs Capcom 3 Dante.
Man, that's
It's obviously B Blue for me now.
Hell no. Like I said, I do read. I remember after my first match.
Dante right there is an online player that masses Homebreaker every single time.
There you go.
I remember my first match against Bizarre, man. That was like he hit me with some crazy Dante. What do you call it?
Very first shocking pin combos.
When I got caught with that combo, I was like, fuck. Like I don't have any idea what I'm doing with this character.
Who was that? Who was the player?
No, but I was like Bizarre. Like the first time I played him, tournament, like I'm not even sure what. I remember playing. I was just like he hit me with that combo, like my nerves just started shaking even more. I'm just like, yo, I don't know this character that good.
Yeah, that long ass combo. It's understandable. That shit is way too long.
It was just it's bad to put somebody like me through. Like I was just trying to learn the game, and
I'm back.
I was all right. Go ahead and ask the question.
I love this question, yo. I love this question.
You got
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we
Yo,
have a
Cloud.
couple more questions right here for you right there. Then we're gonna go
Hook
to
me
the
up.
next topic. Okay.
Cloud, you go first.
Alright, what's
Yeah.
the question?
Who's the best Ultimate Marvel vs Capcom 3 Dante?
Damn, this is even a question? Dude, it's maxed out. Maxed out easy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna have to give it to myself, man.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Too many people have said me, so
Yeah.
I gotta give it to
So
myself.
not,
Yeah,
not
'cause you
even,
started
not
early.
even-
That's all it was.
Not
You
even
did-
Green Ace. Green
Nah,
Ace,
nah,
like for a minute, you guys were going back and forth one year. At one point, they were saying that you two, were like neck. Not, I wouldn't even say neck and neck because I think a lot of people say Cloud, but
Damn, guys, what about Terry Bogard?
Terry, he
he's a
didn't
good
stop
Morgan
doing.
player.
He didn't stop doing million stab until like 2016.
Whoa.
We always told him, Terry, stop doing million stabs. You're scaling your combos. And he just keep million
This
stabs.
man Cloud, yo.
You played him online. You saw it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So yeah, well,
Yo, Cloud, I had a better Dante though. For real.
You have a better.
Yeah, I did.
Gotta get that money match going on.
I did have a better Dante Model 3. Just letting you know.
Nah.
Damn.
I didn't just box dash and raw teleports. And get grabbed out of it. 3-2.
One time.
3-2 at KX.
One
You know what I'm saying?
Time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
You
didn't do that.
get the right read once. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Read?
Alright.
Actually, what you mean?
But the second question is, who do you think is Zero's worst matchup?
An MVCI?
I guess both Marvel 3 or MVCI.
He had
Marvel 3
bad
would be-
matchups in Marvel 3.
I mean, Morgan was the one that went closest. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
MVCI. I guess I would have to say, from if you're not in their face, Dorm, because you'll run up and then just get hit by what's that ball called?
What's it called?
Dark Hole, yeah, because that shit has a hitbox before it even appears on the
Oh,
screen.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So
this game is so busted, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then the third question is, what's your training regimen in general?
I don't really have. Well, I mean, at first when I first pick up the game, it's just find setups. After that, I just kind of play online and make sure my execution's on point.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess I can ask the same for Dual Kevin then as well.
So I'll see whatever I lost to. I'll look back on it through YouTube, and I'll see the times I get hit, and I'll try to play back those situations in training mode, and see how I can exactly avoid that situation. Not exactly block it, because of course you block it, you're most likely gonna get mixed up. But just see how exactly I can avoid that situation with is a small dash gonna change it? Is me putting down exploding arrow gonna change it? Is me going certain push block times gonna change it?
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to investigate through that to see one specific thing that could change a whole big outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
That's what I always look
Then,
at.
The
See, I
final.
might do that, but I never take anything into training mode. I kind of just play it in my head and think of a solution, and then what up, Kevin?
No, I was gonna say that's how it differentiates our playstyles.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting. You don't.
See, I just think of scenarios in my head, and then I think of the best option, and I
You just
rock
try to
that.
apply it
Yeah.
mid-time. Okay.
Yeah, mid-match. Because one thing Clark told me a long time ago was he'll just do things in a match that he's never tested in training mode to see if it works.
Uh-huh.
And then boom, when he told me that, it's like the doors of Valhalla open, and I was just like, that's a great idea. Sometimes mid-match, dude, you get an idea, and I just test it, and it works about 90% of the time.
Yeah, that happens to me too. But I'd be going to training mode, test that theory or whatever. See if it's super tight, would it be a mix up or whatever. If it's legitimate. So
And I just go with the wind.
Alright.
yeah,
So
That's the difference.
yep.
the final question I saw was, Cloud, how much money have you been offered for your trophy?
You guys really want me to answer that?
All depends if you-
Yeah, you've been offered. Really?
Someone offered 25 grand.
What?
What? 25 grand?
Yeah.
25 grand for your trophy, damn.
And I'm gonna keep it because it's only gonna go up if I were to
Did you
sell
get the
it.
signatures?
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but like
Oh yeah.
the movie's just coming out.
Oh,
So-
Oh, did you
yeah,
get people to sign it? That might have been a reason why you asked that question.
Nah, not yet, but maybe Stan Lee's gonna sign it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm finding out if it's gonna happen or not.
Yeah,
But
man.
but either way, the trophy would just go up because it's gonna become a craze once the Infinity War movie comes out.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
true. That is true.
And there's
And
gonna
they're
be
only gonna
Everyone's
come-
just gonna go left and right. Who the hell is this Cloud805 with this Infinity Gauntlet?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like all
Actually,
the major questions I saw.
Today they just pinned that deal between Fox and
Disney?
Marvel,
Disney.
right? Like that's like official. Like they signed it. I think it's like 57
2
or
billion.
74.
Yeah, people
like
be
52
joking around
billion.
seeing King of the
It's
Hill
like-
characters in Marvel.
Hank
In-
Hill.
Hank Hill, man, we need him.
All that propane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, fucking don't.
But yeah.
Remember, Hank Hill in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down.
That's why the game's taking so long. To come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least now we'll like if we get another Marvel game after this, we'll for sure get the X-Men characters in
Mhm.
That's
without any
fantastic.
delay. But they said that, or at least I like speculate, or not speculation, but I think I've heard it from somebody in the FGC. Like, as far as Marvel's production goes, like they didn't have a big budget to create this game. So possibly going into the future, it might actually be a possibility where we'll be able to have the funds to back up this game adequately,
Mhm.
so that we don't have any kind of like thing.
We don't
in the
have a
game.
mishap like what this game was going through with how it's being
Yeah,
marketed
this-
and all that stuff.
It's not. It to me. It reaches a different level. Like it's not just marketing. There's also some things in game that doesn't really make any sense, and then there's other things like the animation in the game that really doesn't make any sense. That we have it, and it's like when we look on previous games, it doesn't make sense that it's like this. And knowing that we have a updated system, and we have a game that should have been better. In my
That's why
opinion.
they're level 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's
Crystal
just my
Skull.
opinion. I know that as far
Yeah.
as certain people in the FGC, like I know that this is just my opinion, and people in
Yeah.
the FGC they actually enjoy the game.
Yeah, people just like playing the game. I mean, I'm not gonna give them like shit for it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If you enjoy something, it's like that's great. It's like you shouldn't be playing a game you like hate, right?
yeah.
Stuff like that.
But
That is a lot of people right now, though.
Yeah, but then now that's basically leading to the most important question and like the meme question: is Marvel really dying?
Yeah.
No, we go through this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this has been like what, like a question for how long now? Like
Too
I don't
many.
even remember when it
3
started.
years? Like 3 years ago?
Ever since, wasn't it like ever since Ono announced that they were going to be patching the game, but it never happened or something like that? Somewhere around that
When
time.
was that, anyways? Like,
Wasn't that like 2012 or 2013?
I think?
Somewhere
Yeah,
around that time.
but I think even afterwards, like people didn't really say until like a couple years later. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think like 2014. I don't know.
So it's like, is Marvel? I don't even get why Mr. Wiz even tweeted that out. Oh, did we forget to talk about the Battle of the Stones?
Let's do that first, actually.
Yeah. Okay, then let's go to that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry about that right there. We did miss, forget about talking about that, but yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. We'll get back to the
I thought we did. We didn't. I thought we
No.
did cover the Battle of the Stones.
Oh, not yet, no.
No, we did the questions for it. Right there, which had Batter's own stuff in it, but we didn't specifically talk about it.
I didn't. The experience, like how it actually was.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Okay,
thinking about Chris G the whole entire time when you say the experience, because his experience.
Yeah, but we
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, which we will get
Yeah.
into that right there. Okay, so basically, let's talk about the thoughts of the from the spectators' point of view. So basically, myself, Jago Man, Beast Boo, Boss Hat right there, and probably Dual Kevin since he wasn't out there. Basically, the event at the moment right there was actually pretty freaking good right there. Like how it is, until the stone issue came in the light, and then obviously they put top 8 on another day, which made no sense. I mean, you're not top 8, top 2 on the next day, which made no sense.
It was on Sunday. I don't know why, but
yeah, it made more sense to have do up to top 8 or maybe top 4 to 4 right there. So they had a special event instead of having the top 2 only taking about about 20 minutes or so. In total, it only took about 10 minutes, I believe.
And then we got no announcement for season 2.
No,
Yeah.
I was
Thank you, Capcom.
I was kind of disappointed about that too. I was like, damn, we got that Street Fighter 5 announcement. Where's the Marvel announcement?
We had to wait for next year then.
Yeah, wait for next year right there. But obviously, right there, there are some points to that right there. Like the week before, right there, we got 3 new DLC characters.
Yeah.
The game right there, they released another arc.
They at least could have hinted towards the next season, honestly. Not even making.
That is true right there. That is true. But they probably maybe couldn't say anything because they probably
Maybe they didn't find the time because the event was just all over the place. I have no idea.
Says me.
Well, can I say something?
Sure.
Yeah.
I actually did heard from some sources that they were going to announce it, but they delayed after
So they delayed the announcements for later on for one.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking to some guy. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he told me that it got delayed. So it was one of the leakers. So
Dude, I've heard so many of the games are live, the game's dead, they don't have the license for next year. I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. And these are
a lot of people.
These are all for people who are up the chain too, so they don't even know what's happening.
The funny part is,
whatever.
I literally saw a lot of people saying that Infinite's gonna die after this tournament. Do you really believe that's gonna happen?
It's not.
It's not gonna die right there. It's not gonna die because one thing there's a very big Marvel community online community, but actually help with the game because the game does have good netcode right there, depending on who you play against.
Yeah.
And obviously,
it's better than Marvel 3.
Yeah, it's better.
No, let's not talk about that.
That's not.
Yeah, but the game's not gonna die. People who are saying the game is gonna die right there are people
Probably don't play it or something like
They
that.
don't play it, so
They probably don't play right there, or they don't like the game right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's understandable to not like, the game we have right now, but it's I really wouldn't be trying to, force people to just say, this game, what's the word I'm looking for? Slander the game, I guess, because there's still people who, enjoy the game and stuff, so I wouldn't go out of my way to just go alright, this game's dead, just stop playing it and stuff like that, because that's not cool, I guess. In a sense,
it's definitely not good right there. The event right there probably could have handled better with the obviously the use of the stones right there. The use of actually set rules that they wouldn't change mid event. Obviously, a longer either having all the finals on one day or having at least the top 4 on the next day. Well, made the event a little more exciting of it instead of having that, and also because there was numerous breaks too for one that obviously was not really helping, but
it was very long too. So
yeah, but obviously that people were actually watching the event because for one thing there was at least the cap of people watching was about 20K. Some people pointed out on Twitter, which obviously is a very good sign that there's people that actually like watching this game and actually care for it. So I don't know why Mr. Wizard right there said that he only saw the peak was at 5K.
It's not.
I guess it's just a meme. It's honestly just about the meme.
I mean,
and maybe I guess it's him considering that maybe the game might not be at the next Eve or blah 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 or whatever. So maybe he like that's why he put that out there, like considering for like what he's gonna be thinking of, like what 2018 like main list. I mean, it's probably gonna be in, but maybe this is like I saw like a discussion. Maybe it's not gonna be a Sunday game or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then again, Mr. West is like a troll, you know. You don't really take it seriously, so.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where like, what's it called? I can't think of any specific topic, but Mr. Wizard is pretty trolly.
That man is something.
Yeah.
That man is something. If you're not Street Fighter, your game was considered dead at one point.
Jesus Christ.
This is true.
If you're not Street Fighter,
It was true.
Are you telling me if I was not Street Fighter, everyone else was Melty Blood? Are you telling me I have to play in the streets, in the bathrooms, anywhere where there was like a proper outlet or whatever?
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Okay. Let's say go to Cloud805's view of events. Okay. What did you think about the event right there from your perspective, Cloud?
From my side of things, I didn't know if I was gonna get a hotel room till like the Tuesday prior to the event, and even then, I just got another room because you know, it's cause Tuesday. You know, it's the weekend of. You don't know if you got a room or not. They explained the rules at the dinner, and then they explained the rules again the next day, and then they changed the rules again on Sunday grand finals. Like just the tournament experience of being in there was poorly ran. I mean, that we all know, without a doubt. You know, us as the players amongst each other trying to make it the best we could.
Yeah.
But in terms of just like TOs, like you know, and like this wasn't Alex Valle's fault. He was just following what the big wigs, I guess, who were running the show said to do. But he could only do so much. So you know, it's something they definitely need to work on next year because the guys above Alex and them didn't even know what they were doing. They were like, for example, some people wanted to do top 8 on Sunday. But this guy, I don't know his name. All I remember is he had a handlebar mustache, kind of looked like Angelic. Said no, only top 2 on Sunday. And I was like, "Are you shitting me?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No." He's like, "That." He's like, "We can't do that. That's hell no, no fucking way." And I was just like, "This guy is the root of all evil." So they had plans to rent top 8 Sunday.
The demon of Marvel.
Yeah,
Was it
they
John
had.
D?
No, it wasn't John D.
Okay, I was about to say.
No, it wasn't John D. I don't remember. Last I checked, Angelic doesn't look like John D. But yeah, so you kind of look like Angelic, older. Had like almost had a handlebar mustache with the whole beard thing going on. He had a raspy smoker's voice. You know, he was the one who said no top 8 Sunday, only grand finals.
Well, why he's going to hell then?
Yeah. And I was the only person that knew that.
Wait, what about Chris? Did he know that?
No, Chris didn't know that.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
How in the hell?
messed up right there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made, man. I mean,
I feel bad for you.
Oh yeah. Do you know anything about like the trophy shenanigans or whatever?
No. You know, I didn't have to worry about that. I know there's like a crack on one of the like 7th place or 5th place trophy.
Oh.
I know one of those had a crack in it, so that I don't know if they're gonna replace it or not. But
there was another question I had. Was there a payout for 2nd and 3rd, or
yeah, second gets 7,500, 3rd gets 2,500. Everybody else gets 2,000, and then I get the big slice of the pie.
Okay.
Was how much?
20,000.
They're pretty good right there.
And you were trying to people were trying to pay you 25 grand for that freaking gauntlet.
Yeah.
I said, pay me 25 grand. No, don't worry. I have the 20 grand that I won with.
Yeah. I wouldn't let that thing go unless it's like at least triple that, which nobody would pay. But I mean, that shit's a bitchin' trophy, and it's only going to become a more valuable collector's item as time goes by.
Do not think about selling it at all unless like you need the money, which obviously you do not need that money right now.
You don't.
No.
Well, if everything goes right with this scene and they wind up paying out the players for their time in these Marvel tournaments, then you probably wouldn't need to sell it right away at least. or at least be tempted to sell it. But
unless it's like a number I can't deny, I don't think I'd sell it.
It's gonna be like one of a kind, you know.
Yeah,
couple million.
It's not one of those things where like you could just go pick it up. It's like got that prestige behind it.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Next, what do you think is the best match of the entire Battle of the Stones tournament right there? So is that I can't really say because I didn't have a chance to watch all of it because like both it was mostly on when I was at work, so I only caught part of the top 16 portion, and I did not catch the grand finals at all.
Same, I didn't watch most of it either. But Cloud versus Rhyme, my bad. I was going to say.
Okay, F-Champ versus the bike. That's one of my favorites.
I like that one too. That one was my favorite. F-Champ versus the bike.
You know, I'm a Ghost Rider player, so I'm like, damn.
F-Champ versus the bike right there.
I also like the grand finals between Quiz G and Cloud. That was good too to watch. Yeah.
Yes, that was pretty good right there. Everyone else have some moments because I can't really say mine because I have to like watch the entire pay when I get a chance.
I didn't watch all of it either. But like I said, I thought Cloud versus Ryan was pretty good.
Yes, it was
Cloud with that like sigh of relief as soon as he wins.
Definitely pretty good. Okay, who do you think was the MVP of the tournament right there? Obviously, we know like Cloud should be the MVP of the tournament because he won it. But who do you think should be the other MVP?
I think the biggest entertainment I received was Champ versus the bike.
So
Moises was MVP.
Damn, I really gotta watch this.
You gotta fucking watch it, man.
You have to.
Oh my god. Sounds like
that was like the greatest thing of the tournament. And then
he found it.
Yeah, and Alex Maé was just like, he's like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. That bike is the coolest fucking thing in this tournament, or in this whole game.
Yes. Okay, if you guys want to see the bike real quick, I will like put it up on the screen so you can see it. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, Kevin, you gotta watch this, bro.
Okay,
I posted it in the main chat right there, so you can check it out there.
This is majestic, dude.
The championship.
And you're gonna be like, your whole opinion of Champ and his gameplay and his mentality is just gonna change when you watch this video.
Yeah,
this is good.
Are you gonna play it?
Reality Stone just to keep him in check.
And he does it in multiple rounds. He does it in multiple matches.
this man just got blown up by the damn bike. God damn.
Especially considering the fact that Champ plays this character and he knows what Ghost Rider can do. Just makes it that much better.
He just keeps going.
Didn't he have the game for like a longer period of time as well?
Wow, this bike insurance is just phenomenal. Oh, get off of me!
Man.
Oh my god!
Yo!
Oh my god! I think Champ needs to really assess the situation and slow it down a
The
little bit.
bike.
He is just
I'm taking that tech.
Long distance. It tagged Ultron, but he wasn't the active member, so no animation.
That bike was hype as hell.
Wait a minute.
No way.
Can you replay that back, please?
Oh, sure, I can replay it real quick. Just give me a second. I just have to like put it again in here.
Yo! Did he actually get? Oh my god, he did get 3-0.
He did.
Yeah.
The place.
Ghost Rider, man.
On the day.
How do you have the
Hi,
game
I'm Nico.
before
I'm
everybody
Zerms,
else?
And we are Corridor.
And then you get
Think about
washed.
it too.
Yeah.
Not to take away from
Yeah.
Moise.
keep him in check.
But like, damn.
He had that advantage.
He leaked. Didn't he even leak the DLC to begin with? If I remember correctly, with the fucking curtains.
Yeah, with the curtains.
going, man.
Yep.
What a risk! Wow, this man.
Thought he would
Bike
have some
insurance
tech.
is
but
just
damn.
phenomenal.
He was too busy
get
doing
off
two
me,
normal swag
Ooh.
combos.
Through the chaotic flame.
Well, rest in peace.
You're just stuck with the Ghost Rider right now. Filipino champ has a better chance of killing.
Did he just like throw the
with no
damn bike
meter,
at
can't
him?
afford.
Yeah.
With
You can do that now. Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
He left that damn thing.
No, he actually could have got
He just got bodied by that. The best part was when he activated the surge and he just teleported right into the bike.
He's going, man.
Wow, that was
what a risk.
He said,
wow, this man,
chaotic
bike insurance is just phenomenal. Oh, get off!
He was the early Christmas gift.
Through the chaotic flame.
Yeah.
Chaotic flame, you can have the bike. There you go. Collect this item. Try to sell it on eBay or something.
Okay, yeah, that was probably definitely one of the best moments of the tournament because I think I did see that live right there. Okay, the final question for now. Like, out of the Marvel gods, besides F-Champ, because obviously F-Champ is, like, one of the best characters right now, best players right now, who are the Marvel gods we should watch out for? Like, you're basically, like, obviously we
this game has no gods.
No, not yet. Gods from Ultimate.
Fucking gods, man. I don't know, I don't like that term.
Are you just talking about
gods?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Marvel gods from Ultimate in this game because obviously all those Marvel gods from Ultimate is now playing Infinite right there.
In my opinion, the only one that's actually doing well is Chris Justin, and Jam. They're just falling off the radar.
Yeah.
That's definitely right there, but
it's crazy. Morgan Monster Hunter. I don't know.
I watched Viscant right there. Viscant obviously was having definitely.
Wait a minute. Would you guys consider Ryan LV a god from what he did post? No. Alright.
You talk about now or back then?
I could say that because Ryan never beat me in tournament.
Shit.
Yeah. The only reason, he beat me and he beat me at Curly Team Tournament because it was PS4.
You blaming the console? I see you. No.
Okay.
I mean, I also know that Cloud was also switching over to hitbox.
Oh yeah, the hitbox transition.
I'm not sure if that had anything to do with because I know there's a couple of matches that had the one match in particular where you lost to the Rocket Raccoon player. I forget what his name is.
Oh no, I lost to a Weddle. Yeah, that was like 2015, first round, 8 in the morning.
Trust me, I saw it. I was just like, what the hell? I'm like, I got my tips on this guy. I want him to win. He's like losing this. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but
it happens, man. It happens.
Everyone's got their moments.
I almost talked to him too the year after. Just barely won.
Yeah, Weddle's weird style, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's certain matchups and the way people play them that present more of a problem, and I think that's one of the things why what's this guy's name? The Phoenix Wright player. He plays Phoenix Wright, Captain America.
I heard Justin.
He really started emerging in the Marvel 3 scene, and it happened right at the end. So him and also obviously Ryan LV, but
Ryan LV was actually getting shown in 2015 right there. He was starting to get pretty decently known in the game until 2016 when he was considered one of the best players, and then obviously like that. Okay, I think it's time to actually talk about the big topic that we were going to talk about. We were talking about earlier until we realized we skipped the topic. Which is Marvel dying? And basically, no, it's not.
That's it. Let's leave it at that. No.
Okay, next topic. Okay. Okay. Basically, people have been saying Marvel is dying because of multiple factors right there. Because one, they think that a lot of the freaking decisions right there that Capcom made right there actually hurt the game more than what we known about. Two, because basically with the results of Battle of the Stones right there and what Mr. Wizard said right there, saying that this game might not be at Marvel or be at Evo, and multiple other issues right there, which obviously the game is not dying right there. One, it still has a decent scene right there. A game that did die heavily was
Street Fighter Quest Tekken.
Street Fighter Quest Tekken right there, because obviously that was a bad game. It was a really bad game. Even if the patch that actually did actually fixed everything, that actually made it good right there, the harm that basically what Capcom did to the game right there was done, and they didn't want to renew the game. Even though that game right now is actually a pretty good game.
It's pretty decent. I mean, it was too late anyway, so.
Yeah, that game is actually a pretty good game right there because, one, it's actually a very good footsie fighter, and jumping is the most riskiest part that you can do in the game because if you jump right there in the anti-air, you lose 50% of your health. So it's a huge risk to actually do it. While footsie is a very good big tool in the game. It's a very big footsie heavy game. But in vanilla right there, it was basically jab, 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 timeout right there.
Timeout.
Yeah, because basically you you do no damage in the game right there. You build back all your health out right there. Freaking you do a combo right there, and then they get out of the combo free because of the rolling system that you can't punish them at all for. And it's because also some of the characters that were broken as hell, like Cody, Chun-Li right there, and basically no one on the Tekken side was actually freaking playable at all because obviously people think that Capcom made all the Capcom side characters better than the Tekken side characters, and also the DLC fiasco right there hurt the game very.
They killed the game.
Yeah,
they killed the game.
They killed the game because of all those major issues. This game actually has better better issues. It had some of the similar issues, like it had the DLC fiasco thing, but it was just DLC announced before the game was released. It had very bad. It had bad graphics right there because obviously how the game is right there. It had a bad demo right there that people did not like really at all because you didn't actually get to try what the game was actually about. Because every character every of the NPCs die in a couple hits, and you don't get to play what you want, and multitudes of issues. But it was actually different like that. The game was actually fun to play. It says, and this game right there is not dying because of it's not like Cross Tekken. Capcom knows that if they make another Cross Tekken, they will lose a lot of money off it. So they're not trying to freaking do it. And also the patch that they actually did right there, that patch actually came out close to 6+ months after the game out. The first patch for this game only came out 2 months afterwards. So it's actually.
And then we got the latest patch last week. So
yeah. Yeah, and also we have 6 new DLC characters that are not on game, not on this, and some of those characters were fan favorites right there. Obviously we wanted freaking Sigma right there. We got Sigma.
Venom.
We got that right there. We got Monster Hunter 2, and there's multiple twos of that. But this game is not dying. It says anyone want to give an opinion about this?
I just don't try not to acknowledge it at this point.
Yeah. It's too old of a.
Clark said it himself best. There's even saying Marvel lives is you're just giving it power. What do you
just play the game at this point? Just don't even worry about it.
I have respect to the Marvel's Lives crew, but and appreciate all the work they're doing. But just saying Marvel lives, it's just gross to me.
Yes,
just play the game.
Yeah, it says Marvel lives right there. Obviously, was a slogan for when Ultimate Marvel was dying per se, because obviously the scene was getting smaller and smaller because the netcode wasn't great right there. And then when it wasn't announced to be a final game for us last year, probably at EVO, with an announcement of Infinite, people were very wanted to give it a proper send off right there. It makes definitely less sense for having Marvel Lives right now with the new game that came out freaking less than 4 months ago. It makes no sense saying that the game is dead when it's 4 months old right there. Yeah. Yes. It says like I said right there. Basically, people who are saying the game right there is dead right there are part of the problem right there. They're not part of the solution, because obviously they don't freaking actually play the game most likely, or they just don't like the game right there, and because of that they don't think the game will survive right there. which like obviously there's people playing the game right now, and there's people playing it on outside. Obviously, there's a lot of people playing it because how horrible the freaking advertising for this game is.
The marketing was very ass. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it marketing was ass right there. The freaking like the graphics looked like a freaking PS2 game, was like because
PS3 game.
Yeah, PS3 game, like a first gen PS3 game. It says, and while freaking the game before right there actually looks amazing right there, but they could easily fix the graphics with a freaking shader freaking pack, or shader pads. They actually make the game look more sleeker and stuff like that. They did
that with KOF 14 actually.
Yeah, and also I saw like this. I saw this on Twitter right there from someone that people like hated Marvel like using reuse assets for the game to help like make characters like they obviously reuse assets for Dormammu, Dante, and stuff like that. But people are like happy as hell for freaking having another version of Goku and Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I think there's a difference between that because they're reusing assets in Marvel Infinite, and it looks much worse in comparison when you compare the both of them. So, I mean, the most obvious one is like Ghost Rider Level 3 from Marvel 3 to Infinite and stuff like that. But like the new character, like Goku Black, even though like he's basically just Goku, he's like pretty much a different character compared to Goku. Like they're really not even comparable. It's more. It's more of like they have the same name and they look the same, pretty much.
Yeah. But basically, the main issue is right there that it makes sense to reuse assets to bring over old characters. People are saying that the reason why people are complaining about this because they reuse assets like Goku and just recolor them right there for a different character design. Obviously, obviously they have to make new moves right there for certain characters, but they're still reusing assets for a new version of Goku. Can
I say something?
That's the point right there.
Can you say something very quick?
Go ahead, Jacob.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I mean, the thing is that like a lot of fighting games, like over the years, like use like the same like animations and like moves. For example, like the Guilty Gears and Blaze Blue games did that too.
Oh yeah, Blaze Blue. They've been using Tekken had to make new assets for 7, but that's a different thing. But for Blaze Blue, they've been reusing assets for like what, 8 years at this point?
I think it was like almost like 10 or 9 years.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, they've been reusing assets for that long, and most people really haven't bothered to complain because it's still it's still fresh, I guess. Every new installment, still feels fresh and stuff like that. The problem people have with Infinite is just that the presentation with how they reuse the assets didn't turn out well. Like you guys remember the complaints. You guys remember the complaints about like the Chun-Li face.
That does make sense right there.
So yeah, with Fighters is like naturally like an insanely good looking game. That game looks like really good. Because it's like an anime game, there are bound to be like clone characters and like a shit ton of Gokus and whatever. So there's also that to take into account, but yeah, just to factor in that it's an anime game with anime people trying to play the game and it looks really fucking nice. That's one of the main reasons why people they're just reusing Goku. It's like, it's whatever. It's just like, yo, I'm fucking hyped. I get to play this version of Goku and Fighters or whatever. Anime.
Yep, it does make sense right there. It's just that I just wanted to point that out right there too, right there. Obviously, right, there's two major differences right there. Obviously, the assets that Capcom used right there did turn out as well. Well, the assets that the art system used for Dragon Ball Fighter Z right there obviously made them look good right there. That is the main difference right there, but I'm just pointing that out.
It's one of the comparisons I've been seeing, but honestly, I don't think there's good enough reason to compare a game that isn't even out yet to a game that's still being it's out. Yeah, they're just building upon it at this point. Fighters doesn't come out until January.
Next month.
Yeah. Hey, so I guess we'll see the comparisons when the game's actually out, or maybe they just die out or whatever. But pretty much other than that, it's just I don't know, man. It's just this game's Marvel Infinite's presentation is just all over the place.
It is.
It definitely is right there. I can't deny that right there.
Yeah, well, it's even crazy that the Capcom president, I'm pretty sure, was like shocked at the fact that Chun-Li like looked like horrific or something like that. So he personally like asked or sent someone to like go fix this right now or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, but other than that. What were we talking about again? I pretty much forgot the fact.
Okay, basically it was Marvel dying right there.
I mean, yeah, it's not dying. As long as people play the game, it's still gonna be,
yeah, it'll be living.
Okay.
There's nothing new.
I think, well, let me just give a little bit of an info on that, because I think that as far as like the people that's here, or at least like just here, I feel like you guys are really on the optimistic side. I think that as far as the support of like the people that actually play the game makes the game more interesting. But I do think that as far as the development of the game, that was like poorly done. And I feel like if we are going to go forward with the game, I mean, just set aside from the FGC making the game look amazing, I feel like as far as developers go, they need to like take into consideration a lot of the things that people are saying, because it's a lot of the same issues that keep coming up.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, pretty much what it's reminding me of a lot is like the whole KOF situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because we went from KOF 13, a game that looks stunningly amazing, to a game like 14, and a lot of people were underwhelmed. Like, oh, this game looks like horrible. I wanted a game that looked like KOF 13 and stuff like that.
It's like a PS2 game.
It does.
And stuff like that, yeah. Okay. And then the same thing happened with Marvel Infinite and stuff like that, where like
it's pretty similar.
So it's like, but the difference is like, they're trying to like, expand upon it and like fix and try to make things better in the future right now. And I guess what I want to see the same thing from Capcom. I don't want like, this game to get like shat upon by a lot of people. I want it to, get like the attention it like would deserve. Like the attention Marvel 3 got in the beginning, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's just the thing about it. Like with the developers, I feel like they are, or at least with the latest tournament that we just had with the Battle for Stone, set aside from the type of modifications made with Stone, I feel like as far as the money goes, for a long time in Marvel, it seems to be player driven. And I feel like this game is going to be player driven, for a large majority, because maybe like they probably won't patch it to the degree that we are asking for, because it is a large demand. But I feel like our players, the type of talent that we have here, and just having those years where we didn't really have many people rooting for Marvel or financially investing in Marvel, that we actually deserve a big payout, similar to what the people over in Mortal Kombat Injustice is getting, so that
we'll get to that level eventually. Right now, we just take it nice.
I feel like we should be there, because Capcom is the best video game developer of our generation.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Debatable, but I mean, as far as some of the games that they came out with, as far as the
I mean, they got a legacy for sure.
They do, yes.
That's what I'm saying. As far as the legacy status of the video games that they have came out with, it's pretty legendary. Given the fact that we can have a game that can rival Marvel characters. A comic that's been upper echelon for generations now. It is a pretty big thing just to say about a video game creator. And so I feel like in that particular sense, we are we're high above. But at the same time, I feel like they with this particular game, with the scene that we have, the talent that we have, they really have to take care of it. I don't want to give them any easy outs and say that we came out with this game, but since people who play it make it look amazing, we don't really have to do anything, because that's poor. Like, that's an excuse, and I don't want them to use any excuses. I want them to work with us so that we can have like the best game that we could possibly have, as opposed to just saying like we could just get away with this and slide out the back door. I don't I don't feel like they should do that.
I agree with that too.
Same here.
So I guess we've gone long enough with the whole Marvel dying thing, and I guess we should just wrap up on Capcom Cup as a whole.
Yep. Yeah, we should definitely do that right there because it's definitely getting pretty long right here.
Yeah.
Go there. Okay, Capcom Cup. Basically, obviously, like most of us know, Capcom Cup. I'm just gonna let you guys know. Capcom Cup is basically the end of the year tournament right there from a bunch of different tournaments throughout the year that people get points right there to actually compete in Capcom Cup throughout the entire world right there. And basically, the Capcom Cup is the 52 best players in the world, or the 31 best players in the world, plus a last chance qualifier that happens the day before right there that plays in a grand tournament to decide the best player for Street Fighter V, which had a bunch of different players in it. Obviously, obviously I don't know everyone on the top of my head. I know Justin Wong was in it, Snake Eyes, Tokido, Nemo, Meta HD, Meta right there, Meta. RD.
Meta RD.
Right there. Basically, the tournament was definitely a very hype tournament right there. With
Yeah,
with a lot of different upsets right there that people didn't actually expect right there, and who won it. Basically, the winner of the tournament right there was obviously Meta HD, who was using Birdie. He actually was playing against Tokido right there in the grand finals.
His run was insane because he had to go through so many good players. If I remember correctly, he had to go through Daigo. He had to go through Nemo. I don't remember who else he had to go through, but then at grand finals he had to go against Itabashi, and then he had to fucking fight Takedo of all people at grand finals, and Takedo was like fucking.
Takedo is like a legend.
Okay. No. Because considering his run at Evo, it's like fighting Takedo at grand finals was probably going to be the hardest thing you could have done, or the hardest thing that probably would have ended.
It was definitely the final boss. It was definitely the final boss.
I was about to say it too. The final boss. You know.
Okay. Okay. I brought up the top 8 for the Capcom Cup. It is Mena HD, Tokido, Nemo, Milke, Yukadon, Inabashi Zangief, Daigo, and Palm X. Those are the top 8 players right there. Obviously, other players known right there are Punk, Mimosi, Luffy, Bonsan, Zian, 801 Strider, Fudo, Dinimon, KOF, Mango, Snake Eyes, Justin Wong, Gadokan, Go One, Sako, Kazunoko, Dura, Buolino, Big Bird, Hatani, Phantom, Ricky Ortiz, Smug, Oil King, and Veruin. Those are the top players right there for the Capcom Cup. Obviously, let's talk about this. Obviously, we talked about Mena's run a bit right there, and basically Mena's run was definitely pretty good. But the next player that actually probably had an even better run was Nemo. Nemo had to play 2 very stat tournaments right there. One,
didn't he literally qualify at the event or something like that?
Yeah, last chance
qualifier was a 256 256 bracket that was capped at that, and he had to win that again. And whoever was the top player right there gets to play in the Capcom Cup. So he had to win that, and then he has to play top 8 at the hardest.
And he got all the way where he hit.
Yeah, he got up to top 3 there.
So the best part about Nemo's run was when he got up for that handshake.
I love that.
Yeah, that handshake was awesome.
The meme.
that just made me laugh way too.
The new meme.
Yeah, that handshake was pretty fucking. Pretty freaking awesome right there. Because if you didn't know right there, Inabashi Zangief and Nemo had a freaking rivalry going right there.
Yeah, it was a really close set too, if I recall, right?
Yeah, it was really close right there. But there was also a rivalry going between Inabashi and Nemo right there that. But Nemo hates fucking Zangief with a passion, and him winning against that basically probably got him so hyped right there. And obviously we did Inabashi Zangief did not want to give him a handshake because I believe at the previous event right there he did not accept that handshake from Nemo. So, yeah, they could help, but Freaking that entire set with it was actually pretty freaking like that. His entire one is probably one of the best ones I've seen in a while. Besides
That's
probably,
crazy.
Justin Wong's like in 2013 for Marvel, and it was still the sandy freaking good run with how it is, even though he didn't win obviously. But holy crap, that run was so freaking good.
He's been chilling all year, not been going to too many events until like ECT.
Okay.
And then finally makes it.
That's nice. Okay, two things real quick. Who do you think is the MVP of the tournament? And then what did you think was the best match of the tournament? You know, the best.
Birdie.
Oh, Meta RD.
Birdie, man.
RD was probably the freaking was probably the player like that, because obviously him freaking landing that freaking the super setup against Nemo was actually pretty good D. But then Taquito,
the grand finals, he was actually literally about to lose the grand finals, but pulled off that freaking amazing comeback.
Yeah,
dude,
that was an amazing comeback. And then freaking when like Mena and D freaking do the same step against Taquito knew they had freaking like dude an ES rebel, so you avoided it. But then Mena and D tried that setup again, and like he like knew that Taquito was not gonna get hit by it, so he baited him. And
literally, it was mind games. That entire set was
that entire game was mindset right there. And also Mena RD's run right there was actually pretty good, because Mena RD has to have like probably a better matchup against it, because Birdie can has to do less damage to freaking Kuma, because how how Birdie's damage output is right there, because those EX headbutts, I mean EX command grabs right there do so much damage against freaking Akuma, and and Birdie can easily freaking do damage and do like 40% right there, depending on how he gets the combo right there, and that's kind of good. But Taquito freaking played his heart out right there and actually made some amazing reads against him. That entire that grand final set was freaking amazing like that. That's probably obviously the best match.
I honestly wanted Taquito to win when I was first watching that, because damn, winning Evo then winning Capcom Cup.
Yeah, that would have been freaking amazing right there. I was the Taquito. Obviously, I didn't win right there.
But yeah, Mena RD though. Whew.
Yeah.
That bird, I don't even know what that move is. The fucking headbutt.
Bullhorn.
Yeah. That shit was fuck.
It shows that he knows each matchup right there, and knows what moves to actually do it. So he played against a lot of Akuma right there, probably in online or probably back home in Puerto Rico, and he freaking obviously knows to actually find this. And obviously Akuma Taquito actually should probably noticed that a bit right there and was starting to punish it a bit, but obviously that last game right there he played against him right there, he couldn't really do anything. But my god, that freaking thing was actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay, next, obviously after the tournament happened right there, we got some character reveals. Obviously we're gonna talk about the one that we fully know about, was the Sakura, and then we're gonna talk about the other characters. Sakura, obviously, if you know her right there, she looks like her Street Fighter 4 my character design right there, how she looks with new mechanics like that. But she looks like she will play similar to her design right there, because
it might function a bit different, because it's still Street Fighter 5.
It is
similar right there. I didn't say exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously, right there, she has her EX Tasha with losses right there still, which obviously that's probably going to be go through the thing. We don't know if she's going to be having her EX Tasha is going to be flush right there. We don't know if her jump heavy punch right there is going to be freaking broken as fuck. We don't know if her crouch heavy punch is actually going to be entering everything possible under the sun. And but we don't know if she's actually gonna have long combo loops right there, or they're gonna.
We don't know if she's gonna have infinites.
Yeah, she could have an infinite right there with meter, setting the bar. But obviously we don't know if she's gonna have a Tatsu loop right there that she can do. Which obviously I actually would like to see Tatsu loops right there by her, but I don't think that's probably gonna do it unless she's gonna lower her.
Hey guys. I gotta take off, man. But I do want to say my parting words towards Mena. In the back room after I won, I told him, Mena, come touch the gauntlet. It's good luck. So he came up and rubbed it, and I think Problem X came to touch it, right? And he told him, no, fuck you, that's my luck, don't touch it.
What the fuck?
And then he ended up winning. I'm not saying it's because of the gauntlet, man. Might have been because of the gauntlet.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on, guys, but I got some stuff I gotta take care of.
Alright, peace, Cloud.
Alright, take it easy.
Thank you so much, bro.
Cloud.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I actually would have to take off too. I actually had to leave like a while ago.
That's fine, bro.
That's fine. We're about to close up
We
anyway.
weren't expecting you to stay for the Capcom portion of this at all.
Yeah, I gotta wake up early.
Yeah, understandable. I gotta wake up early too.
That's fine.
But yeah, for real, thanks for having me, y'all. It was
Yeah, of course, Kevin.
Peace,
Yeah,
Kevin.
See you
man.
later. See you later.
Peace
Hey,
out.
Kevin.
Peace,
You have a
peace.
good one.
Peace out, Kevin. See you later. Okay, we're gonna try to finish this fast right there.
Yeah.
It says obviously Sakura looks like similar to it right there, but we don't know how she's gonna play. But see, it looks like
We'll find out in January.
January 15th. Yep, we're gonna find out there. And it says, but let's talk about the other characters. Obviously, Blanca. Fuck.
Cool.
It says, but yeah,
Blanca.
Well, Blanca, who knows? People freaking really hate freaking Armika. People really hate Chun-Li. But people are probably still gonna hate Blanca.
Well, I mean, duh.
It's Blanca.
Blanca, but yes, obviously Blanca is gonna be interesting, but we don't know how Enron plays. Obviously, he's probably still gonna have Blanca, but
He's still gonna be Blanca, and people are still gonna hate him.
yeah, hate him right there. Okay, and Cody right there. Oh,
Cody.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
If I played SF5, I'll play Cody.
I'm the mayor of this town, bitch. Now.
Yo, they just don't need to fuck up his theme, and then I'm fine.
Yeah,
Is his
Cody looks like suave as fuck. Right there. He's definitely going to be a character that a lot of people are going to be trying out with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely good right there. Obviously, we don't know how he's going to play. No one knows how he's going to play. But with G, I would say that he's going to be something similar to the character from Body Roar that people that think that what G is.
So, I mean, those rumors, yeah, the theories on that.
Yeah, which I think that he could be the grappler of this thing because
I think so too.
See right there, has one grappler character at least, or a character with a grapple, with a command grab. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Alex, Abigail, and we might get G. You know?
Yeah, G is probably going to be the one with a command grab most likely, or it's going to be Falk, but we don't know. Yeah, but I don't know how. We don't know how he's going to play, but freaking, G looks interesting because no one expected I know.
People were thinking with the silhouette, it was going to be Crackerjack from Street Fighter EX. Yeah.
And also, I thought Cody was actually going to be able. Yeah. Well,
It makes sense because of like the hair and stuff.
And also, Abel was actually in story mode too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But G looks interesting. We don't know how he's going to play. But Sagat looks.
Sagat, best character in the game.
Sagat
Looks
is definitely,
so
man.
right. Looks so right. I can't wait to actually fucking play him. Sagat looks freaking so right. I can't wait.
They just need to give him a shotgun and we're good to go.
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, something like that. I can't wait. Falk.
I couldn't care less, and that's it for me.
Obviously, she's gonna be the female group right there, but we don't know how she's gonna play. We don't know if she's
Maybe
she's probably gonna be like Ed because she's Ed's sister.
No.
Or maybe like Walento. If you think about it, because she has the stick.
Maybe, because we don't know how any of these players are gonna play, but
we'll find out at that fated date whenever it happens.
Yep.
Next year.
Yeah, basically, what we're gonna think is that obviously our hype level is gonna be Sagat, Cody, G, Falk, Blanca, in probably that order. And also, no one else forgot about Sakura. Sakura is probably going to be between Cody and G.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we'll find out all that when they announce it.
Yep, we'll find out soon enough. Okay, I think that will probably be tonight's episode of Team Area here, guys.
So yeah.
It says I had really good time talking to Cloud805 and
Dual Kevin. Yeah.
Same here, man.
He was a good guest that they had asking pretty good questions right now and everything like that. He was an awesome guy to talk to. It says hopefully he will come out come again later on right there. Obviously he's probably gonna be busy with
many other things in his life, but
spending the $20K right there, like
sleeping with his Infinity Gauntlet.
Trying to stop people from buying his Infinity Gauntlet till we go.
Playing Marvel Infinite, Dragon Ball Z fighters.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, is he even gonna play that? I have no idea.
He is. Yeah, he's gonna try on that, and boy, he's real.
Oh shit! I'm gonna give him the ropes.
Yeah, all set, man. All set. Well, I am flying high. So that's Zerms.
I'm Shaco, man.
I'm Barzad.
BB15.
And yeah, we will see you next time on Team Radio Combos. I'm out.
Alright, see you guys.
That it?
Was that it?
Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, well. So yeah.